Hello, and welcome to Ripper's Rambles episode something something in the 30s. I actually did not necessarily plan to do a ramble today. I was hoping to do a ramble today, but the issue is that recording the book club videos every week makes me want to record more videos, but unfortunately I am not creative enough to come up with things to talk about. So I put it out there in Rippers Irregulars on the Facebook machine. You should join us. It's kind of fun. When I can come up with content for us to discuss. And got a couple of requests. So for Bojetta and Nadine, we will talk today about things that I am writing or things that I wish I was writing. Bojetta got in first, so let me start by saying there are probably half a dozen scenes and stories that I wish I could justify writing right now. But really, right now, I kind of have to focus on the things I'm going to sell for money. And it's not like you can just put things out there. They need covers and they need formatting and stuff like that, which is why having the library, which was the kind of the collection that came out and it's free everywhere I can make it free, is really good, because then I can put all the short stuff in one place and do all the formatting and the cover all at once and be done with it. But having said all of that, if I had my druthers and we could afford to eat, I would probably start by writing, I think, the story that's in my head, that is the Lucy side of Surrender the Past. What Lucy Martinez does when she lands in Boston for a couple of days and falls in love with a trans barista who's only coming to terms with being trans. So it's like in my head all the time, that story. If there was anything that I could write just to write to get it out of my head, that is the thing, because I know what happens in it, and I really like the tension between the characters, and it's a fun opportunity to see Lucy play a slightly different role than we usually see her play, where she kind of pokes into this kid and metaphorically, maybe physically, but I meant metaphorically, and kind of brings to light some things that end up making it a very nice time for both of them, and also kind of a little bit life-changing, a little bit, which Lucy hints at in Surrender the Past, which, because I knew this story already before I wrote Surrender the Past. This is true. This story already existed. Actually, Surrender the Past might have kind of come up because of this story, because I needed a reason why Lucy went to Boston for a week. And apparently that's the book that I wrote, as opposed to writing the story where Lucy goes to Boston for a week. So that is the number one main thing that I would totally be writing right now, if I could justify it. What I am writing, to get on to Nadine's question, 2015 is looking, I feel like I'm working really hard, but I'm not putting out as much stuff as I did last fall. But last fall was insane. Can I just say, last fall was a little bit crazy. I put out The Boyfriends Tie the Knot, The Honeymoon, Home Free, Close to Home, Home for the Holidays, and The Newborn Year. All in a 4-month span of time. And that's not going to happen again, people. Not going to happen again. That was exhausting. Oh, and then I revised The Ghost in the Penthouse. Just, I guess, because I was bored. I finished The Newborn Year and I was like, what am I going to do with myself now? I'll revise a book and put it out. So yes, 2015 not going to be the same amount of crazy. Take the Leap, which is the third book in the New Halliday Books depending on whether or not you count The Spinner, the Shepherd, and the Leading Man, which is actually, I guess, kind of the 1.5 book. Which, if you haven't read, you should read because it's fucking free. So the third book in the New Halliday series is called Take the Leap, and the first draft is complete on that. I'm going to revise it probably in the next month or so, depending on other projects. I have also just sent to General Wendy a book that has no title. No, it just doesn't have a title. That I playfully refer to as the domestic rock opera because it has way too much shit going on all at once, which Wendy referred to as, I believe the line was, does this book come with an optional kitchen sink? That was Wendy's way of expressing that. And no, it doesn't. It's all very deliberate. It's art. Which by the time you see it, sometime next year maybe, it will, I think, be better. That's a very different book. That is a book told from alternating perspectives of a brother and sister as they kind of navigate intentional community, intentional family building. So that's gonna be fun. I don't know. I really like this book. This book I finished like a second draft of in 2013. And it has taken until now for me to actually be able to sit down and try to write it in a way that other people can read it. Which you'll have to ask Wendy how successful that was. Because maybe not. No kitchen sinks! No. Although that would be fun. If kitchen sinks weren't so expensive and hard to ship, I would send Wendy one. Just for fun. I mean, then what do you do with a kitchen sink? It's like that birthday card that someone gives you that like they put time into writing a note, so you don't feel like you should just throw it away, but what do you do? That's the birthday card fits in a box. What do you do with a kitchen sink? I don't know. Maybe it's kind of a punishment as well as a gift. Okay, 2015, the rest of 2015. Domestic rock opera exists in first draft. Take the Leap exists in first draft. That will be revised. The next book on the docket is not what I intended to write this fall. It is a new first book in a new series that has only existed for a couple of weeks now, but is taking over my head. So I'm excited about that. Also, no fucking names, no titles, none. But you will be interested to know that there are so far 5 books in that series, and all of them have characters. Hey, characters who have names and everything, and they're all kind of interconnected around a club, but not really. But the club will be in all of the books. Because it's kind of a local meeting place type of thing. I'm totally excited about that. Like, that's like, I get to start that book on whatever the next month is, September 1st, and I'm pretty stoked. Also, I'm writing the second, this is going to be long, I'm writing the second New Year's book that takes place at the beach house. This one will be from Jason's perspective, Truman's best friend, who comes out for New Year's. And fans of the newborn year will remember that Jason was supposed to come out last year, and he did not. But he will be coming out this year, and we will get a little Jason point of view that I'm pretty excited to write because Jason is kind of hilarious. And his take on Truman's family is also kind of hilarious. So I'm pretty stoked about that, and those are like the only projects that I know I have to get done this fall. So after that, the Allie book is up. I'm a little daunted by some of the research I'm doing. I get a little nervous, not often, but a little bit with this book, research-wise, which will become clear, and I will process more with you at a future date. But yes, that is what I'm... Oh, Jesus! Also, the top secret, don't tell anyone this is happening book, which is called Catalysts. the scientific method. Strange. Seems like there's hints in there. Something is hinting at something. Which is not, I wouldn't say, a new book, but in a sense it sort of is. And it's, shh, top secret. Don't tell anyone. How could I forget? That should hopefully be out in the next couple of weeks. I don't know. We'll find out. Waiting for a cover design and other details. Yes, that's it. All right. There you have 10.5 minutes of me rambling because you missed that. You missed me rambling. Go on. Admit it. Admit that you missed it. Okay. Oh man, I'm punchy as shit. I can't even tell you. I'm going to go back. I'm going to finish the story that I'm writing for a prompt from Judith, which started in July. And I'm just getting around to finishing it because he was kind of a pain in my butt. But it feels pretty good now. And then I will publish part 3. Although I think I'll publish part 2 to Facebook because my site is still down. Boo. So there you have that. And yes, hopefully you'll be seeing part 3 of that from Hugh's first person point of view later this week. If you have lasted to the end of this very long video, thank you. And I will see you next week-ish if you guys come up with more things for me to talk about. Okay, bye.